Where Love Waited by Cecilia Khiangte. Chapter 1. My First Love. It was 2004 when I got admitted to college in our hometown. My father had to work in the city and couldn't come home often, so Mom had to take care of me and my siblings by herself. My younger brother and I were already teenagers, so we helped Mom with the house chores. The youngest and second youngest were still very small and couldn't do much around the house. When Mom wasn't home, my youngest sister would often play with the neighbors' kids, who were about her age. They always played with Barbie dolls, and sometimes they'd organize their own little beauty pageants. It was hilarious and adorable. My little sister and I were complete opposites in personality. When I was her age, I loved drawing and reading. I was quiet and kept to myself, always sketching or painting. I remember how Mom used to scold me for scribbling in every notebook and random piece of paper I could find. One day, Mom took us to her friend's wedding. Dad had also come back from the city, and we were all dressed up nicely. Mom bought me a flowy green dress that was flattering and elegant. She also got me a pair of gold-colored strapless shoes. The dress came with a matching hairpiece. It was beautiful. Dad got suits for my little brothers, and Mom dressed my little sister in a green dress with a bow tie at the back. Her golden ballerina shoes matched mine, and we were twinning. That wedding was where I met him for the first time. He was elegant and so handsome. When he walked in, every girl turned to stare, unable to take their eyes off him. But he didn't seem to care. He carried himself with a quiet grace that made him even more captivating. After the ceremony, Mom said she wanted to meet one of her childhood friends. We all followed her into a hall where the wedding after party was going on. That's when I saw him again, standing beside a woman who turned out to be his mother. Mom gave her a warm hug and said, "Hi Amy, I'm so glad you could make it." Then turning to us, she said, "Say hi to my childhood friend Amy, and this is her son, James." Mom introduced us one by one. "These are my husband and children, Thomas, Katie, Reggie, Danny, and Susie." We all said hi, and they smiled back. While Mom and Mrs. Amy chatted for a long time, we stood to the side watching people dance and talk. At one point, Dad told me and Reggie to watch Danny and Susie while he went to dance. But after a few minutes, Reggie made an excuse and left me to watch the two younger ones alone. Danny was mischievous and kept running up and down the stairs. Susie, on the other hand, was quiet and easy to handle. I was busy trying to keep Danny under control when he suddenly lost his balance and nearly fell. James came to the rescue. He caught Danny just in time. I was so relieved and quickly thanked him. He asked if I needed help, and I shyly said yes. He started playing with Danny, and the three of us played together for a while. Eventually, I asked him when they'd be heading back to the city. He said they weren't going back. His father had a health condition, and the doctor recommended they stay in a quiet town with fresh air. I felt sorry for his father, but deep inside, I was secretly happy that James would be staying in our hometown. I asked if he'd like to hang out at our house once they settled in. He said yes, and added that he'd be glad to come since he didn't know anyone around yet. We exchanged our landline numbers. Neither of us had our own mobile phone. The dance party ended, and it was time to go home. Before leaving, he told me he would call the next day. That night, I couldn't sleep. I was too excited. The next morning, I got up early, cleaned the house, and kept checking the phone. Every time it rang, I ran to answer it, but it was never him. Around 1 in the afternoon, it rang again. I picked it up, and it was him. He asked if it was the Parsons home. My heart was fluttering. He apologized for calling late and asked if he could come hang out. That afternoon, he came over. We spent time in the backyard, watching movies with my brother Reggie while Danny and Susie played nearby. All summer break, the three of us, James, Reggie, and I, hung out together. Our parents didn't allow us to go out much, and we had to babysit Danny and Susie, so we mostly stayed at home or went to James's house. Then one day, James didn't come. His mom called mine and said James had caught a cold and would need to rest at home. I felt so empty without him. I missed him deeply but didn't dare tell anyone. I couldn't even enjoy playing with my siblings. I just stayed inside and pretended to read, though I couldn't focus at all. He was the only thing on my mind. After 5 days, I couldn't bear it anymore. I asked Mom if I could visit him. She said yes. I was overjoyed. I quickly bathed, dressed up, and got ready. Mom let me take porridge for him, since his throat hurt and he couldn't eat properly. When I reached their house, his mother welcomed me kindly. She smiled when I told her I brought porridge and helped me pour it into a bowl. Then she let me bring it to his room. I walked in nervously. James looked sick and pale, but still so handsome. His room was neat and spacious. When he saw me, he smiled. He said something, but his voice was too soft. I sat closer to him. He told me he was so glad I came. I handed him the porridge and told him to eat it while it was still warm. He asked me to help adjust his pillow. When I bent down, he hugged me. "I missed you so much," he whispered. My heart pounded. I felt nervous, happy, overwhelmed. Then he said softly, "I like you, and I want to be more than just friends." I was stunned. I had no idea he liked me too. I smiled and told him, "I like you too." It was the happiest moment of my life. Part 2 coming soon. Please like and subscribe.